modern humans migrate out of Africa and completely wipe out the Neanderthals, or did we merge? The DNA gave an undeniable answer. We did not just replace them, we mated with them. If your ancestry originates outside of sub-Saharan Africa, your DNA is between 1 and 2% Neanderthal. Our ancestors met Neanderthals in the Middle East and Europe, and they chose to raise families together. But the mystery goes deeper. In a remote cave in Siberia, scientists found a tiny fragment of a finger bone belonging to a young girl. When they sequenced her DNA, they realized she wasn't a modern human and she wasn't a Neanderthal. She belonged to a completely unknown branch of humanity that we now call the Denisovans. And just like the Neanderthals, the Denisovans left their mark on us. Indigenous populations in Melanesia, Australia, and parts of Southeast Asia carry up to 6% Denisovan DNA. In Tibet, modern humans carry a Denisovan gene that alters their blood chemistry, allowing them to breathe easily and survive at extreme, high altitudes where other humans would suffer from oxygen deprivation. We did not drive our cousins to extinction, they live on inside our own genetic code. We are hybrid humans, walking museums of extinct hominid history. We were also wrong about the timeline of our intelligence. For years, textbooks claimed that a sudden genetic mutation occurred roughly 50,000 years ago, triggering the cognitive revolution. The story went that humans suddenly woke up, invented language, started painting caves, and became creative overnight. But excavations across Africa have revealed that our intelligence was a slow-burn fire, not a sudden spark. Long before we left Africa, humans were using red ochre for body paint, engraving abstract geometric lines on ostrich eggshells, and crafting highly complex tools from heat-treated stone. Our capacity for art, language, and symbolic thought evolved gradually over hundreds of thousands of years, developed by different groups interacting and sharing ideas across the African continent. Perhaps the most famous mistake in our history is the way we view our greatest transition, the birth of agriculture. We are taught that the transition from hunting and gathering to farming 10,000 years ago was humanity's single greatest leap forward, the moment we left the harsh, insecure life of the wild to enjoy the comforts of civilization. But modern studies of ancient skeletons paint a very different picture. When humans stopped hunting and started farming, their health collapsed. Skeletons from early farming communities show a dramatic drop in height, rampant dental decay from starchy crops, and bone lesions caused by malnutrition and iron deficiency. Hunter-gatherers ate a diverse diet of hundreds of different plants, seeds, and meats, and they only worked about 15 to 20 hours a week. Farmers, on the other hand, worked from dawn to dusk, clearing fields, carrying water, and relying on a single crop like wheat or rice. If that crop failed due to drought or pests, the entire community starved. Furthermore, living in permanent mud shelters close to domesticated animals created the perfect breeding ground for diseases like smallpox, measles, and influenza, which jumped from livestock to humans. The agricultural revolution did not make us healthier or happier. It made us shorter, sicker, and trapped us in a cycle of backbreaking labor. It was a golden cage that built empires, but ruined the lives of the individual humans who built them. We have spent centuries looking at human evolution as a ladder, with modern humans sitting proudly at the top, having climbed our way out of the mud. But the science shows us that evolution is not a ladder, and we are not the pinnacle of some grand design. We are simply the last surviving branch of a complex, interconnected web of human species. We survived not because we were genetically destined to rule, but perhaps because of a mixture of cooperative social structures, geological luck, and our ability to adapt to changing climates. As we look to the future, understanding that our past was shared with other intelligent, emotional human species changes how we see ourselves. We are not a clean, separate creation. We are a tapestry woven from the DNA of Neanderthals, Denisovans, and ghost lineages of ancient humans whose fossils we have yet to find. We are still the same ritual-driven, storytelling creatures who sat around fires in the Ice Age, trying to make sense of the dark. And maybe, the most human thing about us is not our modern technology, but our ancient, messy, and shared history of survival. Thank you for watching Drawn to Know. If you found this journey into our rewritten history fascinating, please hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and tell us in the comments, do you think we will ever find another extinct human species in our DNA? Keep drawing to know, and we will see you in the next video. For decades, we have been taught a simple, linear story about where we came from. It is illustrated by the famous March of Progress drawing, a chimpanzee slowly straightening its spine, progressing through a series of hunched, intermediate hominids, and ending with a modern, upright human. It is one of the most recognizable icons